Reopening Dane County. We are 2 hours away now from the start of Phase 1. What it will look like today and what needs to happen to reach Phase 2.
Plus, new developments after a house explosion in Janesville sent 2 people to the hospital. We're hearing from neighbors who rescued them.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
806 Hawthorne, 806 Hawthorne. 1 or 2 callers are saying they heard some sort of explosion, possibly occupied. It might be a gas leak removing the victim.
And we start with that update to breaking news this morning. Within the last few minutes here, we've learned that this home behind me in Janesville is a total loss. Now, this happened in a neighborhood on Hawthorne Avenue overnight, just west of Milton Avenue. Smoke is still burning this morning. You can see that behind me, and crews are still on the scene. As you just heard from dispatchers there, emergency crews were first called to the scene around 9:15 last night after hearing reports of a house exploding. In just the last few minutes, we've learned from Janesville fire officials that the explosion was due to a natural gas leak and a lit cigarette. One resident in the duplex reported smelling gas before the other resident lit the cigarette. Those 2 people were sent to the hospital. News 3 Now was first on the scene, and we spoke with some neighbors who risked their lives to save the residents of this home.
We thought a door slammed. Came outside, heard a bunch of yelling, so we all started running towards where we heard people yelling for help, and you could see glass and debris all over the yard. You could smell gas when you ran up to the house.
I was kind of freaked out, to tell you the truth. I was just seeing I was praying and hoping nobody was in the house, and then we sat there, and all of a sudden, she must have just came from like unconscious. She waved, and I was just looking where we were talking, and then I had to go in there and go grab her. We seen her waving, so we went to go grab her.
One of the people rescued is being treated for minor injuries this morning. The other is said to be in serious condition. We're also told that a dog was inside the home at the time and is being treated for serious burns right now. Back out here live this morning, you can see the smoke still going behind me. This was a duplex. The left side of this duplex was destroyed. The other half of it actually intact yet this morning. We're told that the tenant of that duplex is staying with family. We're working to learn more about the latest conditions on these victims, and we'll bring you any updates to this breaking news as soon as we get it. Chris?
Josh Pryor live in Janesville. Thanks, Josh. On to our other top story of the morning. Just about 2 hours away now from Dane County reopening into Phase 1. Phase 1 effective at 8 o'clock. At that time, all businesses will be allowed to reopen at 25% capacity. That includes restaurants, gyms, salons, and retail shops. They'll all be required to follow public health requirements and physical distancing. We'll stay at Phase 1 for at least 14 days because that's the amount of time it could take to develop symptoms once anyone's exposed to the virus. After that, in order to move into Phase 2, we need to meet more than half of these metrics. It's a lot to take in. Also, the number of positive tests and cases per day can't be in red. The next phase would open up schools and summer programs, as well as offices, stores, and restaurants to 50% capacity. 14 new COVID cases have been confirmed in Dane County since Sunday afternoon. That's part of the 360 new cases of COVID-19 confirmed in the state over the last 24 hours. Since the outbreak, the total number of cases is now more than 15,000 across the state. Of those, just about 60% of patients have fully recovered. 514 people have died from the virus here, 26 of those deaths in Dane County. One expert is now warning that we could see cases of the coronavirus continue here in the U.S. for the next 3 years. Lori Garrett is with the Council on Foreign Relations. She says the virus will be like brush fires that keep popping up sporadically across the country. To counter this, she says we need to be more realistic with testing by using effective targeting. 6:03 right now, Hattie McLean, and with your first WARN weather. Hey, Hattie.
Good morning, Chris. We're off to a pretty nice start, albeit a little bit humid outside, but take a live look from the WIC-TV sky camera shot. Pretty peaceful start to the day today. Weather track showing you that we did have the potential for some rain overnight, but those showers and thunderstorms really fell apart as they lifted northward into the state. So right now, outside of a few sprinkles that may be occurring scattered across southern Wisconsin, the rest of us are starting off dry. Now here's a look at the severe weather outlook for today. We're not out of the woods just yet as far as rain chances are concerned. That slight risk area from west central Wisconsin down into Iowa, marginal risk for severe thunderstorms that does get into parts of our viewing area, mainly areas north and west of Madison. So our rain chances, while they're pretty low this morning, they are going to ramp up this afternoon after lunchtime. There's the potential for some showers and thunderstorms. Now as we head into the evening hours, the rain diminishes as the sun sets. But again, tomorrow, those chances ramp up, especially later on in the day, and then as we head into Thursday. So unsettled weather for the next couple of days. Our temperatures this morning are in the 60s, 65 here in Madison, 61 in the Dells, 65 in Monroe, and even as mild as 66 in Janesville this morning. That's only part of the story. We need to factor in the dew points now. Dew points are in the 60s. They're above that 60-degree threshold, so that means you're definitely noticing the humidity in the atmosphere. Our future track forecast model shows you temperatures already warming into the 70s by 8 o'clock this morning. It's going to be a warm day today, into the 80s by lunchtime. Scattered showers and thunderstorms beginning to pop up across the area. Look for highs in the low to mid 80s. Again, that chance for rain continues right through the evening hours, but then diminishes as the sun sets. So here's a look at your extended forecast. Sort of a rinse and repeat forecast for tomorrow with a high of 83. Once again, very humid conditions. Temperatures will top in the 70s then on Thursday. Still humid across the area, but we do lose the humidity for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Chris, it's going to feel much more comfortable around here with highs near 70. Lots of sunshine and again, of course, lower humidity.
The weekend looks great. Time to start making those plans now, huh?
That's true, yeah. Just a few days away already.
All right. So for now, we just got to deal with the humidity, a few storms here and there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Memorial Day is an unofficial start to summer, and right on cue, Mother Nature brought in the heat and humidity.
There you go. Thanks, Hattie.
You're welcome.
Well, it was tough for a lot of people to stay in for the unofficial start of summer. Take a look at this. Thousands of people across the country ignoring social distancing. For many Americans, it was their first chance this year to get out and hit the beach. This is what it looked like in Hilton Head, South Carolina. One woman said that she was trying her best to follow health safety guidelines.
We try to distance ourselves enough to not have to wear them on the beach, but still people would still come over and you kind of had to, you know, turn away from them.
From California to New York, police were seen breaking up large gatherings and enforcing new local rules. Some California beaches didn't allow people to sunbathe or sit on the beach. And in New York, people had to wear masks and socially distance. Well, people in Milwaukee, meantime, they were a little better with social distancing. Most everyone on the beach said that they noticed people keeping at least 6 feet of space from each other, though some just kept their distance from the beach itself and just enjoyed the view. COVID-19 caused a change of plans for Madison's annual Memorial Day ceremonies. Instead of holding events at the Capitol this year, organizers held brief ceremonies at Soldiers Rest and Union Rest at Forest Hill Cemetery yesterday. The first ceremony consisted of an opening prayer, military honors with a firing squad, and the playing of taps, as well as a closing prayer.
With the firing squad and the taps, which taps is real hard on a lot of people, including myself, because of the memories. But sometimes sad memories are good memories. They bring back what you're really thinking about the people, the good things.
Those in attendance did wear masks and were spread out across the lawn. The Madison Veterans Council plans to return to the state capitol for Veterans Day. Without big events and memorials, some honored fallen members of the military from their own homes for Memorial Day.
I think today maybe it takes on a little more significance just because of all the people who've died in the last 3 months from this pandemic.
Now, Michael Hackett there and his son Eric are both avid trumpet players in Sun Prairie. And at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, they stood in their driveway and played taps. It's part of a nationwide movement of remembrance for fallen servicemen and women and those who have died from COVID-19, as well as those on the front lines battling the epidemic. We're bringing you updates every 10 minutes this morning about a house explosion in Janesville. Coming up, Josh Spreiter live from the scene. Plus, if you're tight on money these days because of the pandemic, we're going to tell you how you can get in on some programs to postpone your bills like your credit card or even your mortgage. That's when News 3 Now This Morning returns. Stay with us.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months on 8 of your favorite Toyota models.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
At Machinery Road Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of cycling apparel, shoes, and helmets from Pearl Izumi, Castelli, Trek, Gore, Showers Pass, Terry, Bell, and Giro. There's no such thing as bad weather, just unsuitable clothing. At Machinery Road Bicycles, you'll find cycling apparel for all seasons, whether you're trying to beat the heat or stay warm and dry. Lots of great bargains. From commuting to triathlon, from quality basics to the gear the pros wear, and everything in between. The most beautiful bicycle store in the world, Machinery Road Bicycles, has you covered.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Maine Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Slumberland's huge memorial sale is almost over. Don't miss out on hundreds of incredible markdowns, like a power recliner for just $396, a Sealy Queen mattress marked way down to $598, our best-selling Adirondack chairs for just $188, our lowest price ever. If you've been waiting for our very best deals, this is it. And get free no-contact shipping with no minimum. But it all ends Sunday the 31st, so don't miss it. The memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
We've got the power. It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Get 0% financing for 60 months on 8 of your favorite Toyota models.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Welcome back at 6:12 this morning. We're following new developments to breaking news overnight of a house explosion in Janesville. Take a look at the scene behind me right now. 2 people are recovering at a home right now, or at a hospital in Janesville, after this home exploded just north of downtown. As you can see, half of this duplex along Hawthorne Avenue is gone, and debris is scattered all over this morning. Fire officials say the duplex is a total loss. The person who lives on the other side of the duplex wasn't hurt and is staying with family this morning. The Janesville Fire Department was on scene all night looking for hot spots, and will be back out here early this morning to continue their investigation, but say the explosion was caused by a lit cigarette and a gas leak. We'll have updates throughout the morning as we get them.
Josh Sprider live in Janesville. Thanks, Josh. Brazil is surpassing the U.S. with the highest number of daily coronavirus deaths. The country's health ministry says they've had more than 800 deaths in the past 24 hours. That's 200 more than we had here in the U.S. Brazil is currently home to the second worst outbreak in the world, with nearly 375,000 cases, significantly behind the U.S., which leads the world with more than 1.6 million cases. In the U.S., the virus has killed nearly 100,000 people so far. In Brazil, more than 23,000 have died. After rechecking their coronavirus data, Spain is lowering its death total. The country's health emergency coordinator says they found that some deaths were counted more than once. The total number of deaths has now been lowered by nearly 2,000. Other miscounted deaths included those who died of non-COVID related issues. The total number of recorded cases also dropped by a few hundred. A medical group in Japan is warning parents this morning about the hazards of masks for young children. They say children under the age of 2 should not wear masks, as they may make breathing more difficult, as well as increase the risk of choking. Though masks are recommended to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, according to Reuters, there are very few serious cases among children. It's for that reason the increased risk that the Japan Pediatric Association is issuing the recommendation. Denmark is moving forward with plans to make testing available for everyone. Every citizen there will be able to make an appointment via an app and head to the nearest testing facility. The average wait time to get those tests, Denmark's health ministry says, is less than a day. They have a population of less than 6 million. Denmark says it's easy. It easily has the capacity to test anyone who wants one. The health ministry says the broad testing scheme is part of a larger push to gradually reopen the country after beating back the virus. In Wuhan, China, the original epicenter of the pandemic, officials say more than 6 million of the 10 million residents have now been tested. It's part of an extraordinary push over the past week or so involving more than 200 mobile screening centers to try and contain a potential new outbreak. After a 76-day lockdown earlier this year, the mass testing was ordered after a small number of new asymptomatic cases were discovered. The Asian stock market looking up this morning following its worst day in 5 years Friday. Japan's prime minister says that they're seeing a boost following the country's lifted state of emergency and newly announced increases to their stimulus package. Investors in Hong Kong and China say reopenings across the globe are also helping. After being closed for 2 months, the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange will reopen today. In just a couple of hours, traders are going to be wearing masks. They'll have to stand on foot-printed stickers to help enforce social distancing. And they won't be allowed to take public transportation, and they will have their temperature checked at the door. Some 90% of Americans are receiving a stimulus check from the government, but for many, it won't be enough to get them through this crisis, and they'll still have to prioritize which bills get paid and which don't. Consumer Reports has some advice this morning on how to make that money last a little longer.
Manuela Martinez was recently laid off and plans to file for unemployment. She'll join the 26 million other Americans who filed for unemployment in the last 5 weeks.
What went through my mind when I got laid off was like, how am I supposed to pay my electricity bill? How am I supposed to pay my rent? While also thinking about how am I going to set food on the table?
But Manuela is taking steps that can help.
So I reached out to some of my credit card companies and I've requested them to stop interest rates. They've actually taken ownership to say, listen, you don't have to pay anything for the next 3 months, some of them 2 months.
It's important to get a handle on how much cash you have coming in and how much needs to go out.
Normally, you might have to focus on paying down your high interest rate debts first, but these really aren't normal times. So you might have to focus instead on essentials such as rent or utilities or pharmacy bills.
For people who've suffered a financial hardship due to the coronavirus pandemic, many banks are deferring credit card payments like Manuela's and waiving fees for a period of time.
If you get a hardship accommodation, make sure that your payments are reported as current on your credit report rather than delinquent, so it won't impact your FICO score.
You may have heard that the CARES Act may offer relief from mortgage payments, but the law's passage doesn't mean you can simply ignore your mortgage bill.
The law actually doesn't kick in automatically. You have to contact your servicer, and it doesn't say how you'll be asked to pay up afterwards. So your servicer should contact you about a month before the time is up to offer you a realistic payment plan.
The law applies only to federally backed mortgages. You can find out if this is an option for you by speaking to your mortgage servicers. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Lynchide.
Consumer Reports says the most important thing to do if you're concerned about missing a payment to any creditor is to reach out with questions before you can't pay your bill. That will give you some time to consider all of your options. 6:18 right now, checking in with Hattie McLean, who's tracking some showers out there. We didn't really see much this morning. Kind of fizzled out, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did. Those showers really fell apart as they crossed the state line. And right now, we're just waking up to mild and muggy conditions across southern Wisconsin. Skies haven't completely clouded over, so some sunshine as well early today. Take a look at our dew points. As we go over the next 12 hours, dew points are going to creep back into the mid and even upper 60s for a couple of hours this afternoon. So it's going to definitely feel very humid today and very summer-like. Our day planner temperatures take us into the mid-80s for highs. There is still a chance for some showers and thunderstorms a little bit later on today, most likely this afternoon. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms becoming a little bit more widespread late this afternoon into this evening, but then it looks like all rain activity does diminish after the sun sets. Total amounts are going to be relatively light unless case you find yourself under one of those thunderstorms. With all this moisture in the atmosphere, any thunderstorm could be a pretty efficient rainmaker in a small area. Looking ahead, we are still talking about the chance for rain through the middle of the week, right into Wednesday and even Thursday. I'll tell you when we're going to dry out in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Abby. A local artist is putting some of his downtime to good use, making sure that kids, even adults, can keep their creative juices flowing while at home. Ryan Ebert is from Fort Atkinson. He created a series of Fort Atkinson-themed coloring pages. They feature local events, many of which have been canceled because of the coronavirus, as well as area landmarks. In addition, Ebert's making some cut-out wooden fish and dinosaurs that can be painted and then donated it all to the local library to be distributed for free.
I'd say the cutouts I donated to the library took me at least a solid day of cutting them out and sanding them down a little bit. The coloring pages probably took me about a week worth of drawing on my Wacom tablet, making digital illustrations to make those out.
Well, he says in total about 60 wooden cutouts have been donated to the library and more than 150 coloring pages, all of which are now available for curbside pickup. Open for business. Dane County launches phase 1 of its reopening plan today. We'll tell you what to expect at the store or gym coming up after the break.
Also ahead at 6:30, we'll have the new developments of a house explosion in Janesville. We're learning more about the cause and the conditions of the victims involved when News 3 Now This Morning continues. Stay with us.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Let the design team at Waunakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
The Our Home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Waunakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Okay, we're back, and we've been asking you to share your morning with us. Biff sent in this picture today. Good looking sunrise. Nice, well done. Thanks for sharing, Biff. So what does your morning look like? We want to see it. Take a picture, post it on the Channel 3000 Facebook page or on Twitter. Make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll share our favorites right here on News 3 Now this morning.
All right, well, graduating from college is a big deal, but it's an even bigger deal for one student in California. That's because he's only 13 years old.
13, can you believe it? There he is, Jack Rico. He's now the youngest grad of Fullerton College. He has four associate's degrees under his belt. He's not stopping there, though, as you may imagine. He is headed to the University of Nevada on a full scholarship to get a BS in history. Jack started college when he was 11. He got all four of those associate's degrees in just 2 years. You got kids this age.
I do. They are not anywhere.
We got to step it up.
I feel like such a failure. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I'm just trying to get him to stop playing Minecraft for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's hard enough, right?
Yeah, I know. All right, well, let's get to your weather update for today. We have a pretty nice forecast. Here's Sadie.
Hey, Sadie.
I think Sadie's on a boat. 84 degrees. Yeah, you could go out on the lake today. Just pay close attention this afternoon because there is the potential for some showers and thunderstorms. We're starting off pretty mild, though. 65 here in Madison, 66 in Janesville this morning. Probability of precipitation starts to creep up this afternoon, so there is that potential for some rain. If you are headed out the door, though, plan on a very muggy day today with highs in the middle 80s. That'll be just a little bit warmer and more humid than it was yesterday. That extended forecast keeps the humidity around for the next couple of days. By Friday, though, a nice improvement as temperatures drop, the humidity leaves. We have nothing but sunshine for the upcoming weekend.
Speaking of that humidity, I haven't had a haircut since February. Thinking about just letting it go a little bit, and then I can pull it back in a man bun, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that might be an option. You never know. You and me both.
All right. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by La-Z-Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. La-Z-Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
Powered up with Sloan.
We can't offer much during this time of crisis, but we can offer what we have. So from all of us working early mornings on the farm, long days in the plant, or late nights stocking shelves, doing all we can to get you the milk you need. We hope it makes your breakfast a little brighter, your snacks more nutritious, and reminds you when it comes to caring, there is no expiration date. Milk. Love what's real.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. Home is where heads come to rest. A place to let go and a place to find again. At Stanley Steamer, we love home, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
Powered up with Sloan.
Right now, up in flames. A Janesville home destroyed overnight. I'm tracking the new developments about the cause, and the 2 people rushed to the hospital.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
And good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Chris Stanford. Leah Linscheid is on assignment. We are following new developments from that house explosion overnight in Janesville. Take a look at some brand new video into the newsroom this half hour. This is from Angie Hoffland. You can see the flames coming from that home, and it is destroyed this morning. Josh Spreiter is live at the scene of that explosion, where it looks a lot different now that the sun is up. The scene still smoking behind you, Josh.
Good morning, Chris. We start this half hour with an update to that breaking news. In the last 30 minutes, we've learned that this duplex behind me is a complete loss after this explosion rocked this Janesville neighborhood overnight. As you can see this morning, there isn't much left of this home behind me. Debris has been scattered all across the lawn here. It happened just north of downtown Janesville along Hawthorne Avenue, just west of Milton Avenue, around 9:15 last night. This morning, Janesville fire officials confirmed the explosion was due to a natural gas leak and lit cigarette. One resident in the duplex reported smelling gas before the other resident lit the cigarette. Both of them are in the hospital this morning. Rob Stenson and his neighbors felt the explosion from their homes and went out to see how they could help.
We heard the yelling, so we decided to go into the garage to see if we could find this individual, and they said they were in the back of the house, so we ran around the house and didn't find anybody, and by the time we came back around, the house was starting to engulf in flames. As we were starting to walk backwards, we could see somebody waving from the ground underneath the mattress, and the 3 of us went over there, grabbed the individual, and pulled her away from the flames.
Stenson and 2 of his neighbors helped that woman until police and fire made it to the scene. And back out here live this morning, you can see the smoke still billowing up behind me. Fire crews are on scene monitoring for those hot spots. We're also told the tenant of the other side of that duplex is staying with family. That person was unhurt, but pretty amazing that nobody was killed in this incident, as half of this duplex is gone this morning. Live in Janesville, Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Josh. Our other big story of the day, the reopening of Dane County. In just about 90 minutes, Dane County will enter phase 1 of its reopening plan. Take a look here. This is the latest data from Public Health Madison in Dane County. You can see we still have not flattened the curve of positive cases. There have been 615 confirmed cases in Dane County, 26 deaths. 24 patients are currently in the hospital fighting the virus. Now, we still do meet the criteria for the county to move into phase 1. Those criteria are on your screen. The yellow conditions are what we're keeping an eye on. They include the number of positive cases per day and testing capability. To move into the next reopening phase, those either need to stay yellow or improve to green. This is what phase 1 will look like for us today. Businesses will be able to reopen at 25% capacity. This includes restaurants, gyms, salons, and shops. They'll all need to follow public health requirements and social distancing guidelines. Many businesses have their own rules for reopening as well, on top of those countywide mandates. The earliest we can move into phase 2 will be in 2 weeks. Now, for Dane County to continue its reopening plans, we might have to be better about social distancing. This is the latest data from Unicast. It's based on GPS data from cell phone users. It shows that Dane County is getting a D+. We're seeing a 25 to 40% reduction in average movement. As a state, we are failing. Not one Wisconsin county is getting an A. Only 2, Florence and Trempealeau, are getting B-. Now, compare this to 3 weeks ago. Wisconsin had a D. Back in March, we had a B+. And as a country, we're not faring any better. Not one state is above a D. Washington, D.C. ranks the highest with a C-. The World Health Organization is pausing its hydroxychloroquine study over safety concerns. The decision comes after medical journal The Lancet published a study late last week that showed how seriously sick COVID patients who were treated with the drug were more likely to die. The WHO has actively been recruiting patients from more than 400 hospitals nationwide, or worldwide rather. Hydroxychloroquine is only approved for use in patients with autoimmune diseases or malaria. There is not an approved treatment for coronavirus yet. Developing this morning, President Trump is threatening to pull the Republican National Convention out of North Carolina. He says the state's Democratic governor is unable to guarantee the arena can be filled to capacity. On Twitter, the president says Governor Roy Cooper is still in a shutdown mood. Cooper says data and science will guide his decision on whether the state can hold big gatherings like the convention. As of this morning, the convention is still set for August 24th through the 27th in Charlotte. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, rental car companies will soon become sellers. With travel significantly down, companies are stuck with hundreds of thousands of unneeded cars. Companies are expected to sell off a significant amount of the 1.5 million cars they have in the U.S. over the next few months for a discount, too. This is good news for used car buyers, bad news for new car buyers. The move will likely reduce the value of your trade-in and can raise the cost of leasing a new car. Starting tonight, travel into the U.S. from Brazil will be restricted. Anyone who's been to the country within 14 days before trying to come to the U.S. will not be allowed entry. The president's proclamation is aimed at limiting the spread of the coronavirus coming into the U.S. from Brazil. The ban will not impact bilateral trade. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien tells CBS's Face the Nation that he hopes these restrictions will be temporary. Brazil now has the second most cases worldwide with nearly 375,000 confirmed cases. The U.S. has more than 1.6 million. As more airlines see passengers return to the airport, security is going to look different. So when you get up to the first TSA agent, you'll no longer hand them your boarding pass. Instead, you'll scan it and hold it yourself as they do a visual check. You'll also be allowed to bring one hand sanitizer bottle up to 12 ounces in your carry-on. TSA agents will be wearing masks and encourage you to do the same. New video this morning here from Miami, Florida. They are dealing with flooding after a weekend of torrential rain. The National Weather Service says the rain will start to spread northward towards Georgia and the Carolinas over the next few days. The city was just pounded with rain over the weekend, 4 inches in some spots since Sunday morning. Hattie McLean is tracking those showers off to the south. Where are they at now?
Well, the showers are still in South Florida, just offshore, but the flood watches continue this morning for parts of the eastern edge of southern Florida. Here's a look at where the rain showers are. Again, most of that rain offshore, but there is a potential for those rain showers to continue, and that moisture is already starting to lift northward. Now, we're dealing with the potential for rain here, not from that particular system. Ours is coming from the Plain States. You can see some showers and thunderstorms rolling into parts of Iowa this morning. They are generally moving north more than east right now, but there is the potential with a lot of moisture in the atmosphere for us to see some showers and thunderstorms pop up this afternoon. As far as severe weather is concerned, the highest likelihood is to our west and north through parts of west central Wisconsin. Northwest of Madison, though, that marginal risk exists later today. Here's your future track forecast model this morning, indicating just a chance for a few showers to pop up through the morning hours. Best time frame will be later on this afternoon into this evening for some more shower and thunderstorm activity. The heaviest storms and the heaviest rain totals will likely stay across parts of Minnesota and far northwestern Wisconsin. The rain for us will come to an end as the sun sets. Now, as far as amounts are concerned, as I mentioned, those higher amounts with the stronger thunderstorms to the west, but there is the potential here in southern Wisconsin with all of our moisture that any of those thunderstorms could drop a quick ½ inch of rain in some spots. Now, our temperatures this morning are generally in the 60s, even as you head into the Northwoods. Rhinelander and Eau Claire, 62, 65 degrees. That's about what we are here in Madison with 65. Dew points are in the 60s as well. Those numbers will stay in the mid to upper 60s through the day today, meaning it's going to feel pretty uncomfortable. Our future track temperatures have highs in the low to mid 80s this afternoon. Now, here's a look at that extended forecast. We have temperatures staying in the 80s again on Wednesday. There is a chance for some showers and thunderstorms to once again develop during the afternoon. The humidity is going to stick with us through Thursday, but on Friday, we start to clear things out. Lots of sunshine, cooler temperatures, and lower humidity.
Yeah, weekend looks great. Thanks, Hattie. As graduation dates come and go with no ceremonies, school districts and communities across the country are trying to come up with some creative ways to honor their graduating seniors. As our Amanda Quintana shows us, that it can still feel like students are missing out.
Even though many graduates and their families aren't able to celebrate the way they planned, it's still important to recognize these big milestones. SSM Health family physician Dr. Laura Mendyke says recognizing accomplishments, whether it's a 4K graduation, 8th grade, or a high school graduation, is important for kids of all ages. She says graduation celebrations are really self-motivating, pushing students to continue their schooling and keep working hard. But right now, many are feeling sad.
Their sense of disappointment is very real, and they missed out on things that they were planning, whether it's senior proms this spring or spring breaks or spring sports seasons, spring musicals, spring plays. All of these things were a bunch of slow disappointments.
She says it's okay for kids to feel down about this, and parents should recognize those mixed emotions may be surfacing and encourage kids to talk about it. There are other ways to celebrate. Many communities in our area are hosting parades or putting up signs. Dr. Mendyke says even if you don't know a graduate in your neighborhood, but you see their yard sign, say congratulations or show up to the parade.
Thanks, Amanda. New this half hour, sports camps are closed for most of the summer for Madison students. The district's athletic director is shutting down facility availability through July at the earliest. Player-coach in-person contact also not an option, keeping all contact virtual. That brings us right up to the scheduled start of the high school football practice activities and other fall sports. The State Journal reports any delay to the start of practice that following week could mean a delay or shortening of the regular season. The Wisconsin DHS has recommended all youth sports be postponed or canceled through the summer. We could find out this week whether we'll see America's pastime this year. Major League Baseball owners are set to meet with players again today to continue negotiations about a shortened season. On the agenda today, a proposal on how the league will handle the economics of a return with no fans. This includes the possibility of players taking another pay cut on top of the 50% cut they've already agreed to. Owners claim they'll lose billions because of ticket sales. And for baseball fans missing out on the in-person experience, how about this? The Pensacola Blue Wahoos in Florida are putting their stadium up on Airbnb. They're calling it the ultimate baseball experience. It's pricey. The listing says it's $1,500 a night. It's one shared bedroom, one room, 10 beds, 3 shared bathrooms. Up to 10 guests can stay at a time. Well, you're waking up to a bit of a humid morning. There is a chance of some rain in the forecast as well. Hattie will track it all for you to let you know what to expect. Coming up here in just a moment. And getting to her goal, an area woman is doing something good, and it isn't, she's not letting the pandemic get in her way. Now, you can help her reach her goal. That's coming up after the break.
Welcome to the all-new Dwellings.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Call Hillestead Heating and Cooling in Madison and Lodi. In the Monroe area, call Roofer Refrigeration and Heating.
The way you get through hard times is to hold strong to your values. At Group Health Cooperative, our common values have sustained us for over 4 decades. Now is no different. We are here in our clinics, but we want you to be safer at home. That's why GHC has more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
You don't really know how you got here. You didn't choose this. Addiction can happen to anyone. It doesn't discriminate. People can fall into addiction for so many reasons. And yeah, many are victims of pain, physical or emotional. Figuring out how to turn your life around is hard, but it's not impossible. You can do this, one step at a time. It's okay if you stumble. Just make the choice to get back up and fight. You are valuable, and your addiction does not define you. You are so many wonderful things. Believe in yourself. First step, visit unitedmadison.com/addiction for resources for everything related to getting your life back. At United Madison, we are rooting for you. Brought to you by 5 Door Recovery, other supporters, and United Madison.
Dwellings, Madison's best kept $150 secret. Now open in Fitchburg.
On the next Live at 4, a family picnic might be a good idea this summer. Nutritionist Donna Wyhoffen shows us how to pack one.
And Consumer Reports has advice on buying or leasing a vehicle during the pandemic.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared
when severe weather is on the way
and your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
6:45. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, a Middleton woman is getting creative with her fundraising to meet a pretty lofty goal by the end of this week. You may remember in October we told you about Christy Konzer. She's raising money for stage 4 breast cancer research. She has a goal of raising $50,000 by her 50th birthday. Well, her birthday is on Saturday. No longer being able to fundraise in person, she's come up with other ways, including taking photographs and making cards like the ones we're showing you here that she can deliver without physical contact. Now Christy is just $5,000 away from her goal.
Cancer doesn't wait for curves to flatten. It doesn't wait for quarantines to end. The research needs to keep going.
If you'd like to help Christy out, you can find a link to her fundraising page on our website, channel3000.com.
Oh, way to go, Christy. She's going to do it.
I know, so close to the end of her goal.
Yes.
Let's help her get there.
She can do it. Well, let's switch gears and talk a little bit about weather today. We had lots of heat and humidity building over the weekend, and it's still around today. Here's the view from our Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Partly sunny skies there this morning. Lots of green grass. 66 in Platteville, 65 here in Madison, up to 63 now in the Dells. Our temperatures over the next 12 hours are going to quickly climb through the 70s. We're looking at highs in the mid-80s later on this afternoon. That humidity is not going anywhere either. Here's our dew point comfort meter. We're going to be in that uncomfortable range.
Yeah.
We're not at Don't Talk to Me, so that is good. But uncomfortable this afternoon with dew points above 66 degrees. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We stay pretty sticky around here through Thursday. Starting on Friday, though, we'll start to dry out. Lots of sunshine and more comfortable conditions as we head into that next weekend.
We really haven't felt the humidity yet this year, have we? This is our first real dose of it.
It's been months, and sometimes it's a little harsh.
It's
when
jarring,
we jumped 2 feet into summer-like weather.
Yeah, very true, very true.
All right, well, now every morning here on News 3 Now this morning, we are thanking folks in our community who are on the front lines of this pandemic.
So today we are thanking Brandy, Becky, and Jessica. They work at SSM Health St. Mary's as registered nurses. Thank you, ladies, for everything that you're doing, and thank to everyone out there on the front lines. We are thinking about you all the time. Coming up in the morning sprint, a witness tells us how he and his neighbors helped a woman trapped in the moments after a big explosion down in Janesville. It's something you'll hear only on News 3 Now this morning, and it's next. But first, it's Tuesday, May 26th. I want to say happy birthday to Grady, Charlotte, and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thank you so much for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Let the design team at Waunakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart.
Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on 8 of our most popular Toyotas, like Camry, RAV4, and Tacoma. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. We've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Wisconsin is one of those certain places with certain people who do a certain thing better than anyone else, anywhere. In Wisconsin, we dream in cheese. Look for our badge. It's on everything we make.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Ryan Funeral Homes, providing compassionate care since 1938.
It is 6:51 and time for the morning sprint. We start with an update to breaking news just north of downtown Janesville this morning, where a house was exploded overnight. Now we're learning that this explosion was caused by a lit cigarette and a natural gas leak. This happened just west of Milton Avenue along Hawthorne Avenue. Neighbors say they heard the explosion and rushed to the scene to see how they could help.
I just knew she needed help, and let's just try to help this lady, and then let's just get her out as fast as we can.
Now, they found a woman who they say was thrown from her home by the explosion. They say she was pinned under a mattress yelling for help. They managed to get her out from underneath and stayed until paramedics showed up. Janesville fire officials tell us 2 people are recovering in the hospital this morning, one of them with severe burns. Stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for updates.
In just over an hour, Dane County will enter phase 1 of its reopening plan. Take a look here. This is the latest data from Public Health Madison and Dane County. You can see we still haven't flattened the curve of positive cases. So far, there have been 615 confirmed cases in Dane County, 26 deaths, and 24 patients are currently in the hospital. We do meet the county's criteria to move into phase 1. That's on your screen here. Now, the yellow conditions are what we're keeping an eye on. They include the number of positive cases per day and testing capability. To move into the next reopening phase, those either need to stay yellow or improve to green. And this is what phase 1 will look like today. So businesses, they're all going to be able to reopen at 25% capacity. That includes restaurants, gyms, salons, and shops. They'll all need to still follow public health requirements and social distancing guidelines. And many of these businesses have their own reopening rules on top of the countywide mandates. The earliest we can move into phase 2 will be in 2 weeks. Now, for Dane County to continue its reopening plans, we might want to be better about social distancing. Take a look here. We found some data from Unicast. It's based on GPS data from cell phones. Dane County is getting a D+ when it comes to social distancing. We're seeing a 25 to 40% reduction in average movement. As a state, we are failing. Not one Wisconsin county is getting an A. Only 2, Florence and Trempealeau, are getting B-. 3 weeks ago, Wisconsin had a D. In March, we had a B+. And as a country, it's not faring very much better here. Not one state is getting a grade higher than a D+. Washington, D.C. ranks the highest with a C-. The World Health Organization is pausing its hydroxychloroquine study over safety concerns. The decision comes after medical journal The Lancet published a study late last week that showed how seriously sick COVID-19 patients who were treated with the drug were more likely to die. The WHO is actively recruiting patients from more than 400 hospitals worldwide. Starting tonight, travel into the U.S. from Brazil will be restricted. Anyone who's been to the country within 14 days before trying to come to the U.S. will not be allowed entry. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien tells CBS's Face the Nation that he hopes these restrictions will be temporary. Brazil now has the second most cases worldwide with nearly 375,000. The U.S. has more than 1.6 million. Breaking overnight, a Madison man in jail accused of trying to look into the window of a local couple. The couple said that Brian Linz was looking into their home on Elka Lane, just off Packers Avenue, right around midnight last night. The husband then chased Linz for several blocks through backyards and over fences, eventually caught Linz and then held him down until officers got there. Linz is in the Dane County Jail for disorderly conduct and parole violation. Sports camps are closed for most of the summer for Madison students. The district's athletic director is shutting down facility availability through July at the earliest. Player-coach in-person contact also not an option, keeping all contact virtual. That brings us right up to the scheduled start of the high school football practice activities and other fall sports. Now, the State Journal reports any delay to the start of practice that following week could mean a delay or shortening of the regular season. Pizza Hut is teaming up with America's dairy farmers to celebrate the class of 2020. The chain posted on Twitter that it'll give away 500,000 medium one-topping pies. To get one, you can visit their website to sign up for a rewards account and get a coupon. That giveaway ends Thursday. You can use those coupons, though, through June 4th.
And we're starting with partly sunny skies here across southern Wisconsin. Nice view from the Edgewater Sky Cam this morning. Take a look at Weather Track. No rain to report right now across the area, but there is the potential for some showers and thunderstorms to develop, especially through the afternoon hours here in southern Wisconsin. Our temperatures today will be on the mild side, though. We're topping in the mid-80s. Humidity levels will stay high through the day as well. Take a look at your extended forecast. We have unsettled weather in the forecast through Wednesday and even Thursday. Temperatures will stay warm through the middle of the week, but then we are dropping back into the lower 70s by the end of the week.
Thanks, Addie. Thanks for watching. You're watching News 3 Now.